James Nunez, Group 3, Reporting. The polygraph technique. So it's generally used as an investigative and technical aid in the investigative process. It also evaluates the truthfulness of the subject and also used for pre-employment screening and loyalty check of personnel. The ultimate goal of conducting polygraph examination is to obtain admission and confession to the offense committed. So we have tripod foundation of detecting deception. Number 1 is blood pressure and heartbeat frequency, which is the increase of blood pressure and heartbeat frequency following relevant question is the criteria for detecting deception. We have two categories: systolic or high pressure, the valves are open; diastolic or low pressure, the valves are closed. Number 2 in the tripod foundation is breathing, which is composed of inspiration or inhalation. It is caused by the contraction of the diaphragm and expansion of chest cavity. Expiration or exhalation, which is caused by the relaxation of diaphragm and the contraction of chest cavity. Number 3 in the tripod foundation is electrodermal response, which is consists of two categories: normal response and abnormal response. Many people asking if the polygraph technique is accurate. So here's the answer to that question. The accuracy rate is between 95% to 98%. This percentage is still higher than other forms of evidence. We have also the factors that affect the accuracy of polygraph result. Number 1 is the instrument. Number 2 is condition of the subject. Number 3, the condition of the examination room. Number 4, the qualification and skills of the examiner. 15% errors of lie detection tests come from the following: 1. Nervousness or extreme emotional tension. 2. Physiological abnormalities. 3. Mental abnormalities. 4. Unresponse in the landing. We have two different types of polygraph machine: the modern and the old model of polygraph machine, also known as monologue models. Modern polygraph use digital technology which allows more precise measurements and data analysis. Monologue was less accurate.
Reporter Christian Gairanan, what are the major components of polygraph instrument? The pneumograph components. This component occupies the two upper pens of the instrument, which records the thoracic and abdominal breathing patterns of respiration. This is accomplished through the use of pneumograph, consisting of two hollow corrugated tubes about 7 inches in length, each attached to a unit by a rubber hose not longer than 6 feet and not larger than 1/4 inch in diameter. This breathing of our pneumo unit is a low pressure unit. The inhalation or exhalation of the subjects causes the tubes to expand and contract, thereby reflecting the change through the bellows to the pen into the chart. Galvanograph components. This is the longest and the third pen of the instrument. The electrodes are attached to the index finger and the ring finger or the left hand, or to the palmar and dorsal surface of the left hand. The electrodes used for obtaining the recording of the GSR or electrodermal responses are fastened to the hand or finger by means of the passage of an imperceptible amount of electrical current through the hand or finger bearing, then attach electrodes. A galvanometer units provide recording of the variation in the flow of electric current. Third one is the cardiograph components. This is the fourth and the bottom pen of the instrument. This cardio unit is mechanically operated unit. It's a high pressure system. This system records changes in mean blood pressure, rate and strength of the pulse beat by means of medical blood pressure cuff, obtaining a rubber bladder that is wrapped around the upper arm in a manner that places the bladder against the brachial artery. The bladder is connected to the rubber hose past a pressure indicating gauge to a very sensitive bellows and its connected levers system that powers the pen. The polygraphist inflates the bladder with a hand pump to a constant air pressure that will provide tracing amplitude of 0.5 to 1 inch with a idiotic notch situated about the middle of the diagnostic limb of the tracing. Galvanograph components. Number 4, the chemograph component. This is the chart drive recording unit of the instrument. It has a synchronized motor that drives the chart at the rates of 6 to 12 inches per minute, and its speed constant is vital because the vertical lines, which are spaced either 1/2 or an inch interval, represent 5 or 10 seconds interval on the chart. It provides polygraphists with a means of determining pulse rate and questioning space. Touchable parts of polygraph instrument are the finger electrodes, blood pressure cuff, and pneumotubes. What are the built accessories of the polygraph instrument? Number 1, chemograph or chart driving mechanism, chart, roll arbor, idler roller, pen table, paper, guide socket, roller, cutter bar, off, and power switch synchronous motor. Number 2, pen and inking system, capillary pen, ink well, plates, ink dropper, cartil. Number 3, pneumograph section, rubber jellos, beaded chain, rubber flexible tubing pneumograph, tube connection, pneumograph connecting tubes, pneumograph distributing ink, pneumograph pipeline, vent valve and vent bottom, tumbler assembly, resonance control, sphygmomanometer. Number 4, cardio section, pump valve, assembly, blood pressure pump, connection, blood pressure cuff assembly, connector block, sphygmomanometer pipeline, and number 5, galvanograph section, finger electrode, electrode jello, and galvanometer. What are the necessary consideration for the effective polygraph testing? Number 1, the instrument. Polygraph examination uses the polygraph instrument as the device used for recording the result. Hence, all its component and accessories must be operational and functional. The examiner should check or sensors, transducers attached to the body of the subject. Pneumograph tubes is fastened on the subject chest and abdomen through the beaded chain. Blood pressure cuff. The same type used by physician is fastened on the subject's upper right arm. Finger electrodes fastened to the left index and ring fingers of the subject. Pen lifter raises or lowers pen to 3 position. Chart drive module propels chart papers at the rate of 6 to 12 inches per minute, also known as chemograph. Paper tear bar provides cutting edge for removal of the chart. Mechanical pneumo module, recording part of mechanical pneumo channel. Galvanic skin reflex or GSR module, recording part of GSR channel. Mechanical cardio module, recording part of mechanical cardio channel. The chart drive roller lever flips chart drive roller for the paper change and chart removal. Manometer dial reads operating pressure of cardio channel. Pneumo 1 mnemonic connection for upper thoracic and pneumograph. Pneumo 2 mnemonic connection for lower abdominal pneumograph. Cuff connection for cardio channel subject cuff tubing. Pump connection for hand pump uses to inflate subject cuff. Centering control positions pen on the chart. Rotating clockwise raises the pen, while counterclockwise rotation lowers it. Operates similarly on a channel. Sensitivity control determines the tracing size amplitude, rotating clockwise increasing size, while counterclockwise rotation decrease size. GSR mode switch selects the operating mode for GSR channel, manual or automatic. GSR input connector, accept plug from GSR subject, attachment port, cardio lock lever, mobilize mechanical cardio mechanism when not in use. Vent system performs venting function on pneumatic system. The examiner should also familiarize him with the control mechanism of the polygraph instrument. Resonance control. It allows you to clear up or make a better pattern when you have too much pulse pressure of the subject. Hand electrode. This is fastened to the hand by stretch band. Function is to make electrical contact with the subject. The panel control, to allow the operator to control or adjust the operation of the galvanic.
Good day, I'm Lani Tigrona from Criminal GTA. I'm the reporter of the other 5 important controls of polygraph machine. So number 1, off and on power switch. So it controls the flow of direct electricity to the polygraph machine. So when switched off, it cuts off power to the machine, effectively shutting it down. Then when switched on, it restores power to the machine, allowing it to operate. Then this switch gives user the ability to start and stop the polygraph machine. Then as needed, providing control over its power usage and operation. So number 2, subject resistance control. So what is subject resistance control? So it allows the operator to adjust the sensitivity of the machine sensors to the variation in the subject's skin resistance. So by controlling the sensitivity, the operator can optimize the machine's ability to detect changes in the subject's physiological, such as fluctuation in sweat gland activity and skin conductivity. So this control helps ensure accurate readings during the polygraph examination. So by allowing adjustments tailored to individual subject physiological characteristic and environmental factors. So let's proceed to number 3, the activity control. So what is activity control? It refers to the ability to adjust the sensitivity of the machine to the subject reaction during questioning. So by controlling reactivity, the operator can fine-tune the machine's response to changes in the subject physiological indicators such as heartbeat or blood pressure and skin conductivity also. So this control allows the operator to mitigate false positives or negatives by adjusting the machine's sensitivity based on the subject's baseline or response in the context of the questioning. So it helps to enhance the accuracy and reliability of the polygraph examination results. So let's proceed to number 4, self-centered normal switch. So this switch, its self-centered mode, might mean focusing on individual physiological responses rather than external stimuli or questions. However, so it's important to note that polygraph tests are complex instruments that require expertise to operate, and altering their function could compromise their accuracy or reliability. Then the last one was self-centering mode. So what is self-centering mode? Self-centering mode is a polygraph machine is like setting a baseline for starting to measure someone's reaction. So it helps establish what's normal for the person so that any changes during questioning can be accurately detected.
I am Angeline Palisok, Group 3. Phase 1. Preliminary preparation typically involves gathering necessary material, outlining tasks, and planning ahead to ensure smooth executions. What especially are you preparing for? Statement, suspect, witness, victim, complainant, incident, road sketch, regular aspect of the offense, known facts about the suspect actions, exact type of weapons, result of laboratory tests, and published facts of the offense known only in the victim, suspect, and investigator. Phase 2. Pre-test interview. This is stage of interview of the subject. The primary purpose of pre-test interview to prepare conditions of the subjects for test. The following should be taken considerations. The appraisal of the subject constitutional right. Obtain subject consent to undergo polygraph test by the signing statement of consent. The taken personal data of the subject. Determining his or her suitable at the subject. Evaluating the psychological preparations of the subject. Informating the subject's environment to the case. Phase 3. The examination proper. After pre-test interview, the examiner should be proceed to be placement or attach the polygraph sensors. The first to be attached is the cardiopulmonograph and galvanograph sensors. Review all the questions with the subject before the actual examination stage. A. The blood pressure pulse, scarf, and work around the subject upper arm. B. The cart and then inflated to point between the systolic and diastolic blood pressures. C. The synchronous motor carrying the paper upon which blood pressure pumps, respirations recording are made in set motions. The motor is being timed. The paper moves along rate 6 to 12 inches per minute, then 10 to 15 inches. D. During the test, there is questions that answer yes or no and direct to the point. E. Approximately 5 to 10 seconds after this is instruction, first question is asked and then the other question follow after or at the interval or 15 or to 12 seconds. Phase 4. The post-test interview. This includes all considerations based on the examinations. This is done just after the instrument is turned off. If the polygraph test result indicates deceptions, the examiner will then proceed to conduct short interrogations. The purpose of further questions after the test are: A. To clarify the findings. B. To learn if there are any other reasons for the subject's refunding the relevant portion other than the knowledge of crime. And C. To obtain additional information and admissions for the law enforcement purpose if the results suggest deceptions.